I learned about neuropathy. And again, collecting, like we just kind of stayed at that same like $30,000 level for all those years. 2014, I learned how to do neuropathy from like a study at home course.
So tell us a little bit about kind of where you started and where you got to with Blueprint, and then kind of how these tools have helped you.
Like, geez, I've been in practice 30 years this year. And I wish I would have found Blueprint in my first year or while I was still in school. I had, the came out of school and I started my first practice, and I built it up okay, a little over 100 visits a week, and I was collecting 30,000 a month or so. And I just basically did that for quite a while, and just like we all do, have ups and downs. And um and I was a part of 5 or 6 coaching companies throughout the first 10 years. And I'd join one and I'd get some good stuff, some nuggets, and I'd be with them for a year and I'd implement, and it would help. It would bump the needle a little bit, but there wasn't really anything like after that first year. So you kind of got everything in that first year. So why should I continue the next year? And then, I do another one a couple years later and get some stuff from that, and then do another one a couple years later. And so after going through like 6 of those, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm swearing off of these things. I've got enough, over the years that I'm good. So I started my first practice in 1997. So in 2014, I learned about neuropathy. And again, collecting, like we just kind of stayed at that same like $30,000 level for all those years. 2014, I learned how to do neuropathy from like a study at home course. I ordered this thing and I got it, and there were videos and stuff, and I learned how to do it, but there wasn't any support or anything. I just kind of took what I found from there and just kind of implemented it, and it worked. We got up to like 60,000 a month, basically doubled the practice. And I did that for 2 years and just kind of stayed at that level. And then I saw on Facebook, I think it was, or maybe it's through an email, I saw an advertisement for Blueprint from Dr. Gumm. And, I watched like this 2-hour video or something. And I was like, well, I already know how to do neuropathy and everything sounds good. So I just kind of just continued to do what I was doing, staying around that 60,000 a month mark. And then in 2018, November, I saw it came back around, and I had just been banging my head against this wall, this ceiling. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to reach out and actually talk to Dr. Gumm. We actually got on the phone on a call together, and he answered a bunch of my questions. And, it felt right again at that point in time. So I joined.